Alright everybody, welcome back to another Kuma Style review. I'm your host TJ Duckett, and what we have for review today is CMS Corpse's Minelba figure, which is a tribute to the Master Force character Minelba, which was one of the Headmaster Juniors. So as you can see here, it is a very strong likeness. That's one thing you'll notice off the bat. I mean, it's pretty much one for one in terms of, you know, just how much she looks like the character. And between that and actually incorporating, go ahead and zoom in here, the Autobot symbol, as shown. I've tried to read up on this. I don't know if it's licensed or not. I believe it actually is. So with that, I don't know exactly why they called it Minelba instead of Minerva, but that's more of a semantics thing, and we'll go ahead and get to reviewing the figure. You can see the figure itself here, and in terms of size, you know, a lot of these more anime figures like Figmas, Figuarts, and things like that, they're more along the lines of a scale between, I'd say 5 and 6 inches. Not exactly 4, that's kind of small. But this one, actually, head to toe, is, let's actually zoom out a little bit. It's just over, it's about 7 1/8 inches tall. So very, very tall figure there. And a lot larger than, you know, the more anime figures and things like that of its kind. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, you know, it just doesn't scale to anything very well in terms of the other anime figures that you might have. Okay, so you can see in the back, it does come with a stand, which I might add is extremely, extremely strong and durable, all that stuff. Got a good range of motion and everything like that. It definitely turns, and, you know, we'll check that out in a little bit. We'll go ahead and put it on the stand for a pose. But I want to go ahead and look down here, zoom out a bit, at some of the accessories. Okay, and let's go ahead and you can see the two faces in the back row there. So not really going to go too far over those, but you can see her helmet here. It's the front of the helmet. Okay, just the back half. And this is actually an extra of another piece she has. This helps her hair attached to the back of the helmet here. So that's a piece that you can actually, almost dropped it. That's a piece that you can actually attach back there and keep the whole time, since she actually has two. One for her normal hair and one for her helmet. Okay, over to the right a bit more. We have an assortment of hands here, and nothing too crazy. They kind of range from open, like very wide, like so, to sort of open, like there, and more of a grip. Okay, and you can see on the figure there, she already is sporting the fisted hands, and they pop off and on really easy, just onto a peg. So, I do want to go ahead and look at one thing that is cool about her before I forget. Okay, we'll go ahead and give you a good look from the backside. And being in her Headmaster Junior outfit, it does have a head. Okay, the hair actually lifts up a bit, and you can detach the backpack. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Haven't messed with it too much. Okay. Let's make sure the neck isn't too exposed there. And okay, we have the helmet here. Alright. And looks like a backpack right now, but there's a visor piece here that just slides up. Okay. And the Headmaster head slides down. So that's something that's pretty cool. I like that they gave the backpack or the headmaster itself or the head, you know, a little bit of transformation of its own. I actually like that quite a bit. So, alright, looking at the figure itself, pretty standard posability for figures like this. You know, neck's definitely on a ball joint. Full range of motion. She doesn't look up very well because of her hair and things like that, but she still can. One thing that I noticed that she's lacking that is on a lot of figures like this, she doesn't have another ball joint right here, so she doesn't have that extra range of neck movement or whatever. Shoulders, definitely on ball joints, full articulation there. Same with the elbows, definitely on very visible ball joints, and the wrist are ball joints as well. So full articulation of the wrist. She has a peg right there, so she does have some chest movement. It's got a little bit of swivel there, and the waist does as well. So 2 points of articulation on the torso between here and here. Ball jointed thighs. Definitely does have swivel down here, which is nice. Well, not full swivel, but enough. Full bend of the knees. And no ankle tilt. But one thing that's nice that I wish more toys had, she has flipper feet, so that if, you know, you lean it back like so, she can actually put some weight on there. So, alright. Get her into a half decent pose here. And let's see what we can do with some of these accessories and whatnot. So, alright. We have the straight face and the angry face. We'll get her into a little badass pose there. So we'll use the angry face. Alright, so what we've got to do, zoom in here, is deconstruct the head, which isn't too hard, pretty standard. These bangs here, they flip out or pop off. Okay, the face pops off. That's how you would change the faces. They just peg in right there if you're going to use this. But we are not using the hair anymore. We will need, though, the ponytail still. Okay, so we'll go ahead and make sure that part's clipped on there. Okay, now looking at these parts down here, just taking this piece that I told you about earlier, and it just pegs into the back here. Okay, that's the back of the helmet. Okay, and I'm not going to bring the camera back down here because here's the front of the helmet. You'll know where that came from. Okay, so we're going to plug this into the back of the, there's a hole there, plug that in here, get our angry face, make sure I'm still pointing at it, the camera, there, boom, and we're taking our front of our helmet, and there we go. Actually focus on, jeez, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's do something with our stand here. We'll make that the star. Alright. Well, first we'll figure out what pose we want to put her in. Okay, I kind of want to give her one leg up, bend that down like so, kind of make her flying or something like that. Okay. Actually, turn these fists out. Okay, and I'll give her her stand. Oops. Pop the stand out of that. And of course that's the first time it happens on video. Gotta love it. Okay. And the stand definitely, it's a balancing act. Just like any stand, but it works. So let's zoom out some and see what we got there. turn her head a bit. And I left the backpack off on purpose because it's just a little bit easier to pose her without the backpack. But yeah, she definitely has room to make some poses, and we'll actually turn that there some, get her at a cool angle. And yeah, there you have it. CMS Corpses, Minelba. Definitely a solid figure, good articulation, good strong joints and everything like that. And that is one thing that you have to watch out for when working with figures of these types, because they're not really made with that super hard plastic and those ratchet joints like actual Transformer toys are. For me, it sells for about $100 plus shipping and handling, maybe $110 at some places due to import markup, but definitely worth it. Having this, I actually have the Night Beat yellow version in the mail on the way, and I can't wait to get the Jinrai figure that they have coming out too. So well worth the money spent. Definitely something different in terms of Transformers, licensed toys and things like that. And yeah, once again, well worth it. Thank you for watching. This has been another Kuma Style review. I'm your host, TJ Duckett, and see you next time.